Welcome back. Thanks for being here. So the Justice Department squaring off with a Los Angeles tech company over anti-Trump protesters. A federal judge has granted a search warrant to the DOJ, allowing it to gather data on everyone who visited one of the major websites used to organize anti-Trump protests during his inauguration. The DOJ wants the data to help track down people from Antifa and other far-left groups who participated in rioting that day. But the company fighting back, they're saying this warrant is overbroad and unconstitutional, resisting in court. And yes, I'm a layperson. I'm not an attorney. Let's go to the attorney straight away. 1.3 million people caught up in this. They want data. They want IP addresses of everyone.
Sure.
In an effort, they say, to crack down on illegal rioting. Overbroad is a word that absolutely comes to mind for me. What do you think, Counselor?
Yeah, I think let's back it up. Classic constitutional law analysis here, right? And I'm going to toss to you in a second, too, Whitney. So you got public safety, which is the all-important threshold around any constitutional analysis, really, making sure people in this country are safe, versus Fourth Amendment rights against improper and illegal searches and seizures. So this kind of gathering of information and jeopardizing people's privacy rights. I would think certainly you want to make sure that we're balancing that, Whitney, in a way that is most narrowly tailored, to use some legalese, right? And certainly I don't think there's anything narrowly tailored about this request that we are currently seeing from the DOJ.
No, two words come to mind for me: fishing expedition.
There you go.
And prosecutorial overreach. That's another two words.
Oh, you're bringing me back to all those glorious law school days.
We're up to 4 words.
But I think, the issue here, too, is not just the Fourth Amendment. And it's not just, governmental interest in terms of public protection. The other interests here are also the First Amendment and exactitude in terms of the language that is in this warrant that needs to be scrutinized by a court now in terms of the challenges that's been raised by DreamHost, because it seems very broad to be like, we need all of your records about everything ever about this website, including every user, even if they deleted a message, their pictures, anything and everything. That's a fishing expedition, because there's no rational relationship between everything anyone's ever done on that website and them needing to protect the public.
Now, Kat, how this could probably look different, I was going to say, is let's say there was a particular instance of violence that we can know and point to that came about from these particular riots from President Trump's inauguration. And that individual, if they wanted to have a fishing expedition, so to speak, around that individual's behavior, the websites they visited, I think then you're getting closer to something that could survive constitutional scrutiny.
Perhaps. I mean, this is like really freaky. I don't know why there hasn't been more people being more freaked out by this, because pretty much everyone, I think, could agree that no one could look at what you do on the internet and think you're a good person. We all look at weird stuff on the internet. Everybody does. True. An unofficial survey, 99% of people said they don't want people to know what they're doing on the internet. The other 1% said, what's a computer? There's no way. I'm serious. I mean, come on. Because there's no reason for this. And if this is allowed to actually happen, I'm terrified for the future of the country, period. Civil liberties are dead if this is allowed.
I agree. This is insane. And I'm not a legal scholar, but I want to hear some more outrage about it. I agree with Kat. I don't know why people aren't more upset. And I have to imagine if this had happened in the last administration, a lot of people would have been very upset if Barack Obama's DOJ had gone after millions of people that signed up on it, to protest him. So I want people to get fired up about this. This is insane.
I think that's the sad thing. And you talk about it often, Kat, and I think very rightly so. The intersection between actual policy or constitutional integrity and outrage versus the politics. The politics override everything nowadays, and it's a sad day.
Absolutely, and we have to be very careful not to just destroy our own liberty by attempting to say, oh, for security.
And security purposes are a legitimate thing.
I don't feel very secure knowing the White House can look at my browser activity. That makes me feel less secure than anything I've heard about.
Exactly. The constitutional issues are not fully explored or appreciated by the American public. You're right. I mean, people need to be upset about this.
Yay, good consensus on behalf of the Constitution. That's the way it should
Yay,
be.
Constitution.
And straight ahead, the mooch telling Stephen Colbert that it's time for Steve Bannon to be shown the door at the White House. Is a fresh shakeup imminent? We'll discuss when we come back.